On the night of December 28th to 29th, 2025, the Kyiv regime carried out a terrorist attack using 91 strike unmanned aerial vehicles. Long-range drones targeted the state residence of the President of the Russian Federation in the Novgorod region.
On December 29th, reports emerged claiming that Ukrainian forces had launched a drone strike targeting one of Russian President Vladimir Putin's residences in the Novgorod region. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said 91 long-range drones were involved, though all were intercepted and no casualties or damage were reported.
On the night of December 28th to 29th, 2025, the Kyiv regime carried out a terrorist attack using 91 strike unmanned aerial vehicles. Long-range drones targeted the state residence of the President of the Russian Federation in the Novgorod region. All unmanned aerial vehicles were destroyed by the air defense systems of the armed forces of the Russian Federation. There have been no reports of casualties or damage from UAV debris. We would like to draw attention to the fact that this action was carried out during intensive negotiations between Russia and the United States on resolving the Ukrainian conflict. Such reckless actions will not go unanswered. The targets and timing for retaliatory strikes by the Russian armed forces have been determined. At the same time, we do not intend to withdraw from the negotiation process with the United States. However, given the complete and utter transformation of the criminal Kyiv regime, which has now fully adopted a policy of state-sponsored terrorism, Russia's negotiating position will, therefore, be thoroughly reconsidered and reevaluated.
Ukraine quickly rejected the claims. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy called the story a complete fabrication, and Ukraine's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Andriy Sybiha, confirmed that no such attack took place. He criticized statements from some countries that expressed concern over an incident that never happened. Despite the lack of confirmation, the news drew strong reactions from world leaders. China called for restraint. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian urged all parties to follow three key principles: no expansion from the battlefield, no escalation of fighting, and no fanning of flames.
俄新社，俄罗斯外长拉夫罗夫昨天表示，乌克兰动用了几十架无人机对于俄罗斯总统官邸发动了袭击，还称俄方不打算退出俄美关于乌克兰危机的谈判。中方对于这一事件有何评论？
对话谈判是解决乌克兰危机的唯一可行出路。我们呼吁有关各方遵守战场不外溢、战事不升级、各方不拱火三原则，推动局势降温，为政治解决危机积累条件。
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi also expressed concern. In a post on X, he urged all parties to focus on diplomatic efforts and avoid actions that could undermine ongoing peace talks. Similarly, the United Arab Emirates condemned the alleged attack, highlighting the potential threat to regional security and stability. In the United States, President Donald Trump reacted strongly, saying he was very angry over the alleged strike, while also acknowledging that it was possible the attack did not occur.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's not good. I heard about it this morning. You know who told me about it? President Putin told me about it. Early in the morning, he said he was attacked. It's no good. It's no good. Don't forget, you know, the Tomahawks. I stopped the Tomahawks. I didn't want that. Because we're talking about, you know, it's a delicate period of time. This is not the right time. It's one thing to be offensive, because they were offensive. It's another thing to attack his house. It's not the right time to do any of that, and can't do it. And I learned about it from President Putin today. I was very angry about it. I had a very good talk this morning. I waited till this morning because it was pretty late by the time we finished, like 2:30. in Russia at 2:30 in the morning. We had a very good talk. We spoke at 8 o'clock in the morning, our time, and it was a very productive talk. I mean, we have a few very thorny issues, as you can imagine. He knows about thorny issues probably better than anybody in the world, but it's working out. We have a couple of issues that we're going to get resolved, hopefully, and if we get them resolved, you're going to have peace. You're going to have Ukraine losing 26,000 soldiers a month. Can you believe it? A month, 26,000 young, beautiful soldiers, and plus some people in Kiev, and relatively small, but a lot, still people, and it's a lot of people. But 26,000 soldiers were killed last month.
Russia agree, or did Putin agree to a ceasefire to allow a referendum to take place?
Not a ceasefire, and that's one of the points that we're working on right now. No, not a ceasefire. He feels that, look, they're fighting and to stop, and then if they have to start again, which is a possibility, he doesn't want to be in that position. I understand that position. The president feels strongly about that or something, but I think we're finding ways that we can get around that. But I understand President Putin from that standpoint. You have to understand the other side. And, I'm on the side of peace. I'm on the side of stopping the war. So, but I think that's a problem that's going to get solved,
Would people who live outside of Ukrainians who fled during the war be allowed to participate in the referendum?
What do you mean, people where live?
The people that left.
Who fled to Poland and Germany.
If we speak about the people who are abroad, who are not on the territory of Ukraine, you mean that in Poland, in Germany, we have millions of people. Yeah, they have a referendum in the same of elections. In the same way how people come and vote, they have rights for this. And of course they have to come. That's why if we will come to referendum, yes, if we will come to such decision, people need infrastructure for this, and it's not simple, and that's why we spoke about it. It can't be in one day, very quickly. It's difficult because we need infrastructure. When you have millions of people, you have to build it in Europe, mostly in Europe for today.
President Trump, I know you sound an optimistic note here, but what happens in a few weeks if things sputter? What are you prepared to do?
They keep fighting, and they keep dying. No good. But if things don't happen, they keep fighting, and they keep dying. And we don't want that to happen. He doesn't want it to happen. President Putin doesn't want it to happen either.